human.
And boom!
Common man, no show prep, no solid plan. Spins a yarn, begins a tale. The esoteric approach won't fail. Tune in, it's time for Common Man. Common man, charms the housewives like no one can. What'd you shoot? Where'd we play? Non-stop nonsense on deck today. Tune in, it's time for Common Man.
Why should anybody aspire to be a common man, an average man? Do you realize what it means to be average? That means you're the best of the lousiest, and the lousiest of the best. Now, if we demand more and more for producing less and less, while the have-not nations encourage and inspire and indeed require hard work and maximum effort, if we deify the common men while they encourage and reward the uncommon ones, well, the end result of such a lopsided race as that is too obvious to require elaboration.
I mean, it's like, hello.
11 seconds. You've got 10 seconds. The countdown going on right now. Morrow up to Schultz. 5 seconds left in the game. Do you believe in miracles? Yes!
Do you believe in miracles? Yes! Yes, I do!
Raising it back.
I'm pulling my tickets!
This Eve.
You know, I didn't like the way we were playing in sack, so I just told him, hey, you're going to live and die with me. Y'all, don't nobody like it, sit your ass down right here. Don't come out here, but we coming through me. You know, that's why I like Sam to come in. You know, I let them do their things for 3 quarters, come 4th quarter, bring it to the ticket.
I said, what are you looking at?
Talk about guys stealing from 1 to 3. You ought to pay that station to be on there.
Correct!
I'm always hesitant to believe what I read. You know what I mean? I think that still it comes down to society. Many times people are forced to believe what they read, and many times what you read might or may not be true. Rosa, you don't know nothing.
I'm a fraud.
Yes. What's my name? What's my name?
He's the clown from Brown.
Well, that's not my name.
He's the 4th in the North.
That's false.
This is the Common Man,
That's my
Dan
name.
Cole.
Yes, it is. And so I just was telling Ken to be in the talkback switch. Okay, I'm going to do that bit where I say, I thought you told me that we may as well just dispense with pool play, dispense with quarterfinals, semifinals, and just pit the United States against Canada in the gold medal game. Then I was going to pause and go, oh, wait, that was me. Because that was me that said that, not you. And the reason I was going to do that bit was because with a little over 3 minutes to go, is it Czechoslovakia? Is that who it is?
Yes.
They were leading.
I think Czech Republic is how they call it.
Czech Republic was leading, Canada, 3-2, 8-1. Do you believe in miracles? Well, now Canada just tied the game. Can you hear the disappointment in my voice? Canada just said, no, I can't do that.
Ruin your first segment.
Yeah, because I just love the bit where I accuse you of something, and you just sit there patiently waiting for me to finish, and then all of a sudden I have to cut myself off and go, oh, wait, that was me that said that. Here's the trouble with today. Rosen apparently isn't feeling well. He's out, so I'll have no Rosen. I'll have no Tennessee, though, either.
I'm right here.
Well, yeah, but you're going to be eyes glued to the TV screen. Do you have a 55-inch Toshiba Regs in there? Or do you have the smaller version? I got a 55-inch.
It's a Sharp.
Oh, we used to get the Toshiba Regs, so I just go with Toshiba Regs. You know me. I just like, well, you don't have a Neumann anymore, but I called them. That was back in the days when all the Airtown. Did you get one, dude? Did you get
I still have it in my basement.
Yeah,
we haven't used it in a while, but.
Yeah, a 55-inch. I still use it to this day, the 55-inch Toshiba Regs. So we have one of those in the corner here. And Your eyes will be glued to that. And then
because it's Canada, Czech Republic, and this one's going to go overtime. It might. I mean, there's a minute 52 left, and it's tied. It could go overtime. It could go shootout.
And then the United States plays at 2. And who are they playing?
They play Sweden.
Ooh.
Not a great draw for them.
Ooh. Not a great draw for Sweden, or not a great draw for us?
Sweden earned their draw because they earned the 7th seed.
Right.
Yeah, I'm sure they're not happy with their opponent. And the USA is definitely not happy that you win all your games in pool play and you get a date with Sweden in the first game.
Do you know how you can? Recognize a level-headed Swede? The snooze runs evenly out of both sides of his mouth. Now, I can say that. I'll probably get complaints. That was a boomer. Well, I'm a boomer. That was, what did Brokaw call the greatest generation? Is that what he called the people that went to World War II? That was my dad's generation. The greatest generation.
Generation?
That was one of my dad's jokes. So that's not even, that predates boomer. My dad's Swedish. He'd go, you know how you can tell a level-headed Swede? He'd go, what was that? He'd go, the snooze runs evenly. And snooze is like chew, I think. I don't think anybody calls it snooze anymore.
Breakaway checks. Oh, denied by Bennington.
What a save.
With like a minute left.
Yeah, and he went with the backhand. What was impressive there is he had a defender draped on him, and defender didn't pull him down. He pulls him down, then is that a penalty shot? It can be ruled that, correct?
And that's Nietzsche, who plays for the Colorado Avalanche. He's a good player.
Okay. But
the back pressure from Taves actually toes is why he went to the backhand on that.
But now let me ask you this. He didn't drag him down and he made the save. If he doesn't drag him down and he scores, do you say, you got to drag that guy down? Like in football. If a guy's going to catch, a bomb, he's wide open, he's going to be in for a tutty, well, you push him down right at the 10-yard line and give him 1st and 10 at the 10. You don't just, do you see what I'm saying?
The problem is when you take them down, they're just going to get the same exact opportunity anyways. And actually,
that's true.
Actually, it's going to be easier because they're going to have less pressure on them.
Yeah,
they're not going to have someone. They're not going to have to do it full speed.
That's why you're the most trusted name in hockey in the state of Minnesota. I'm going to start going with that. Teneby, the most trusted name in it. No, because see, because I don't understand the game. Now, I only played between the pipes. I was a boot hockey goaltender. I never played out, so I don't understand all the, saucer pass and wrap around and all those kinds of things. But I would have thought drag the guy down. But you make a very, I think the word is salient. You make it a very salient point. Either that or Salient Green was a movie, great movie. It looks like we are going on Canada. We might not be going to OT. Uh-oh.
Last chance.
Oh, big save. Rebound.
Look it.
Yeah.
Look it.
Yeah. We're going to OT. So how long is OT in Olympic hockey? 5 minutes?
I'll be honest with you. I don't even know what their rules are. I don't know if it's 3-on-3 overtime. I don't know if it's 5-on-5.
Well, we're about to find out, ladies and gentlemen, as it is going to OT. Canada with a late goal. A little skirmish. Look at. Do they ever drop the gloves in Olympic hockey? I know they do in the NHL. I'm wondering.
The guy for Canada did it the other day.
What happened to him? Did he get booted from the Olympics, suspended, or did they just say, hey, boys will be boys? You're looking for the overtime rules, aren't you?
Yes.
Just wait till they pop up on this TV screen. They'll probably pop up there. So no Rosen today, which is okay. However, Rock Talk, and we'll update you on the hockey game during Rock Talk. I guess I'm going to do this now, and if I don't think anybody's, there might be some people. It tend to be if you weren't working.
It looks like it's 3-on-3 for 10 minutes.
Okay. I was going to ask you about spoiler alert. We don't need to do that during the United States game, do we?
No.
I can't worry about people. If you're waiting for a replay tonight, then just I don't want to discourage you from not listening because we love when you're here. But I'm not going to every time spoiler alert because the game it's so fast paced and action packed. If Czech Republic were to win here, while it wouldn't be, I guess, on the same level as the United States, because of course we're the United States, we think everything we do is bigger and better and more important, which is how we like to think. But we did have all amateurs. Now, somebody told me out in the ante room that Canada doesn't have all professionals. Is that true, or are they
the men's team?
Yeah,
they're all pros.
That's what I thought too.
What?
Well, I'm just telling you. That's what somebody told me.
Who said that?
It doesn't matter. somebody told me that they weren't all professionals, that they had some amateurs.
No, they're all NHL players.
Okay.
Some of the other teams
How about
that can't fill up.
How about Czechoslovakia? How about the Czech Republic?
Czech definitely has NHL players. I'd have to look at their entire roster. I don't know if they're all NHL players.
And then
USA and Canada, their whole team is NHL players. Sweden, I'm guessing their whole team is NHL players. Then after that, you're kind of getting a mixture.
Well, then
on the other teams,
where would you rank? Well, let's look at that roster. Let's look at the Czech Republic, and you tell me how many pros they have on it. Let's say they have 5 pros. Then to me, this is, I think you could rank it right alongside 1980 Miracle on Ice. No, honestly, I knew you'd like, because you think, you got to be patriotic. It's us and can't think outside that box. I mean, I would guarantee, I'll tell you this, I would bet the Canadian team with the NHL players they have is stronger than that Russian team we beat in 1980. Those Russian players weren't playing in the National Hockey League. They were beating other. I'm just telling you. I want to give the Czech. What I'm saying is there's room for more than just one Miracle on Ice. I believe there's room for more than that, and I'm willing to. I'll be the first and maybe the only person, but I don't mind sharing. So
it looks like Czech has 8 NHL players. It also has a 9th that says Minnesota Wild, but he's a minor leaguer. He's played. I guess I guess he has played at the NHL level. So we'll give him 9.
Well, how about
and then all 3 of their goalies would make 12
of the Czech Republic? Yeah. How good are those pros?
I mean, Pasternak is top 10 player in the league.
I've heard that.
David Pasternak.
Okay. After that's a bunch of fourth liners.
Tomas Hertl's really, really good for Vegas Golden Knights. Yeah, he's a top. Oh, I missed it. Now you got to be looking at the computer instead of the game. Let me watch the game.
Well, you're producing a show.
Right out of the gate, chance for the Czechs.
Yeah, backhander.
I would think 3-on-3 would not favor the Czech Republic.
No, I think Canada's going to. I'm not going to go
going
to
up against McDavid and McKinnon and
Canada's going to win.
McCarr.
Watch this. Oh gosh, they're just toying with the Czech Republic right now.
McDavid and McKinnon out on a 3-on-3 together.
Wow, was that a great save? And then they were able to clear.
Get a line change now, guys.
All right, let's
get off the ice.
Let's go ahead and get a break in. No cash contest.
Oh, wow. What a save by Bennington.
Yeah, Bennington. The one Bennington gave up was the third goal for the Czechs was one of those 5-holers. Isn't the 5-hole right between the legs?
Yes.
They did a 5-hole. Well, let's do this. Or maybe it was the Czech Republic, or maybe the Canada's goal was 5. Theirs was the one that was the 5-hole. Sorry about that. Here we go.
Oh, he scores.
Yeah, backhander. Who was it? McKinnon, McDavid?
It wasn't either of them because it was a righty. Did not see who it was.
So now, here's what I'll tell you. For drama, if you're really into Olympic hockey like you are, you probably do want Canada against the United States, the 2 best teams. But for me, being more of a casual, as Baby Brother Peter would call me, I'd rather have seen the Czech win this game, even if it would have meant, the United States with a pretty easy route to a gold medal. But it is what it is. Canada wins in OT. We'll break. We'll come back with a little Dis Dat Lad, including Peek at the Purple. That's next. Come back, program by the fan.
Join Moss and Miller Lite at Duke's Pizza Pub in Oakdale this Thursday from 5 to 7. Stop by for drink specials, games, and to register for a chance to win a spot in the Vikings Foundation Golf Tournament. Get the full details now at KFAN.com. Keep your calendar.
Do you have the Who button ready?
Sure.
Ready? Game-winning goal in overtime scored by Mitch Marner.
Who?
Do you know who Mitch Marner is?
Yeah, that's definitely not a who-worthy player.
Was for me. Who's Mitch Marner?
He's a very talented forward who played for the Toronto Maple Leafs for his entire career, and they finally, because they were never winning once they got to the playoffs, so they opted to let him go, and now he's with the Vegas Golden Knights.
Well, good for Mitch Marner. He scores the game winner in overtime. Canada defeats Czech Republic in a quarterfinal match. Women's gold medal match tomorrow at Is that 12:10?
Yeah, it should air it right here on the fan.
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
Old Canada versus USA. Peek at the Purple brought to you by our friends at Affordable Electric all month long. Affordable Electric is offering free electrical evaluations for the entire month of February. So you got a couple more weeks. Call today. Schedule your free estimate. Be sure to mention you heard us on KFAN. Affordable Electric. Quality work, honest pricing, and safety you can trust. Affordable-electric.com. Affordable-electric.com is shockingly affordable. So, tend to be, I was looking, List Radio was what kind of radio?
Lazy radio.
You think it ain't? And I was looking at a list from CBS Sports. Top 100 free agents in the National Football League. I scrolled from 1 through 100. There's not one Minnesota Viking on that list. Now, that can be good and bad. It can mean you've got your best players all locked up, right? And you don't have to worry about it. Or it can be the free agents you have just aren't very good players. And I don't know where you would put these free agents. One of them is no longer a free agent. He's C.J. Ham. He has officially retired, right? He did make that announcement.
Yes.
Ivan Pace, Ryan Wright, Jalen Naylor, Ambry Thomas, Brett Rippon, Nick Muse. Of those, Ryan Wright's the most. I mean, because he is a really good punter. Don't we have a really good punter? Isn't Ryan Wright considered one of the better punters in the league?
I think he had a good year.
So I think that's a guy you probably, punters, your quarterbacks will cost you an arm and a leg, while your punters will only cost you a pound of flesh and a pint of blood. So how much can he actually ask for? I mean, so you go ahead. I don't know what to make. Ivan Pace Jr., he was a undrafted free agent. And he had a great, is he going into year 3, I think? Because didn't he have a really good rookie year? I mean, relatively speaking. And then last year was his second year, and he wasn't quite as impactful, if I'm not mistaken. Of course, I'm not paying as close attention to Ivan Pace's career as I once did. And so I guess, a lot of that will depend upon, I'm assuming Brzezinski will rely on, and not that Brzezinski, he's been doing football forever. So he's got an eye for talent, right? But I'm assuming a lot of times he'll defer to
Ivan Pace has played 3 years.
3 years. I'm assuming he'll defer to, if Beeflo says we really need to keep Ivan Pace, he's going to have a bounce back year. We really need him. He knows my system. I think Brzezinski will probably say, okay, we'll try to get that done. I don't think it'll be kind of like, I don't know. I'm not a big Pace guy. I broke down a little film myself. So I would think he's a guy you might want back, but then again, I don't know. So
I feel like after last year, he's gone.
And then what do you think of Jalen Naylor? Is he worth? Because right now we have 2 wideouts that we like, right? Jefferson and Addison.
Yep. You don't have much after that.
Yeah, and so I guess it depends how much you have to pay him, or do you think it's not even
worth? A couple things on Naylor. Okay. One, is Addison still going to be here?
That's another thing, yeah.
Because they have to make a decision on his contract, whether you pick up the option. Could he be someone that you try to trade? If you have Jefferson and Addison, Jalen Naylor's fine as a third wide receiver, but then it comes down to price. I'm not going to pay him an exorbitant cost to come back. Jalen Naylor is very replaceable. Let's just say that. I don't think he's bad, but he's replaceable.
Now, we'll be doing Purple Prey sometime along the way. Have you at all looked into, do you have a feel for the wide receiver class? I mean, it seems like in college football, there's always at least a half a dozen guys that people go, this guy's going to be a good player in the NFL. So wide receivers don't seem to be as hard to find in the draft.
I haven't done my own personal scouting. I have read quarterback and running back weak this year. Wide receiver strong.
Okay.
Wide receiver, and I thought it's edge rusher. I thought I heard that there's going to be like 16 edge rushers going in the top 100.
Really?
That it's a very good year for edge rushers.
All right. Well, then if it's deep for wide receivers, maybe we can find one in. And we've talked about this, and I tend to agree with you for the most part. We've had this debate before. Best player available. To me, it depends how much you think the best player available is better than a position of need guy. For instance, let's say the best player available, you have him rated as an 8, but he's at a position where we've got wide receivers, and then you got a guy at offensive line that's a 7. I'm taking offensive line at 7. I just am. Even if now if it's a wide gap, if it's 8 and 5, okay, then I'm going ahead and I'm taking a wide receiver guy. But I sometimes think position and need. While in a perfect world, it's the best player available. It depends how badly you need a position, and then how close is that guy that you've rated as the best at the line. Like, let's say, just use offensive line as an example. How close you think he is to linebacker guy that you have rated a little bit better. But the Vikings need plenty of help, as we know.
We just have so many needs this year.
That's it. That's the other thing. You're right. And that's another point you brought up. That best player available on a season like this might be. I still am I'm just such a strong believer that, it's the cliches of defense wins championships. I like to lean defensively, and games are won in the trenches. And we've seen our offense. Did you see, I saw a story about Bradbury might be available.
Really?
Yeah, I'll have to find that again.
Did he just sign a 1-year deal in New England?
I think maybe that was it, or maybe it was.
I mean, that would make sense. He wasn't.
Yeah, so.
He wasn't a sure thing.
So maybe we get him back.
I bet Warren would love that.
Yeah, I think a lot of us. Well, no, and he could be. He's a dual threat. He can play tight end, and he can play center. Depending upon where you need him. But someone just sent me a text that says top punters make $4 million per year. So that's not a whole lot of money, right? I mean, so if Wright wants,
I don't feel like Ryan Wright is like a top punter,
isn't he?
No, I mean.
Well,
I think he's fine.
Is it our place kicker that we really like?
Well, yeah, we really like him.
Yeah, okay. And we like our we like our holder and our long snapper. One more. Craig from Boston, a regular listener. He says 13, only 5 had extensive careers. Is he talking about Czech players again? I think that goes back to that, or maybe not. But that's what he said. Doesn't matter. Checks out. They were dumped by Canada in overtime. And then the United States plays here in just over an hour and a half. The puck will probably drop at 2:10 Central Time. So we'll have that. We'll keep you updated on that. We'll take a break, come back, and it's time to dive into PST, Triple V, Triple I. We'll have results and pairings for you. 5:34, top of the hour, and then a little rock talk with Rock Rank and Brian Oak at 1:15. That and more here on the Common Man program on the Fan.
Wild Wednesdays means your shot at wild tickets all day. Use the TalkBack feature on the iHeartRadio app and tell us what's one trend from the first half you think will continue and one that won't for the Minnesota Wild. Winners will be selected all day for Wild versus Mammoth tickets on March 10th. Get the details at KFAN.com. Keyword contest.
Couple 13-14 past. I'm Common. He's 10 to be. Time now for PST, Triple V, Triple I results and pairings. Ba 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 ba.
Ready for some results?
Let's do some results.
All right, we'll begin. We're in the first round of the
West Region.
The number 1 seed in the West region, that would be Noah Eagle during Penn State-Oregon game. He said, quote, "You can feel the pom-poms from the fans creating the wind." He went up against the number 17 seed, Max Fuller, hooty-hoo, who said Rob Dillingham is AI-esque. Noah Eagle advances 60 to 40%
Noah
over Max Fuller.
So we can't do nothing we can do, right? Well, I blocked somebody accidentally, and I didn't mean to block them. It was a highlighted one. There was like a bunch of them highlighted.
Yeah.
So then I wanted to take the highlight off so that they don't just keep coming to the top because it was for a different show.
Tell that person to email you.
KFAN girl. KFAN girl, closed circuit. Email me, and then we'll try to get you back on, because I don't block people. I do. I've blocked people before. People that get nasty and vile, then you're out. Sorry. And that doesn't happen often on the Common Man program, but you get blocked. But I accidentally blocked her. I just feel terrible because she didn't do anything worthy of block. I accidentally hit block instead of because you can highlight them to keep them up at the top. So
Yeah.
I feel bad. There's worse things in the world, trust me, but I feel bad.
So Noah Eagle advances over Max Fuller.
Good for Noah.
West Region.
The number 8 seed, Brad Faxon, said, we talked about that with Arnold Palmer a little bit yesterday. By the way, Arnold Palmer is dead. The number 9 seed, Brett Siegel.
And if he's dead, well, he's dead.
Brett Siegel tweeted, Kevin Love is a 5-time All-Star and NBA champion and arguably the best player in Timberwolves history.
How does he say that?
Brad Faxon advances 56 to 44% over Brett Siegel.
Let me ask you a question about that. I mean, I think Kevin Love is a fine player. But how can you say he was the best
You could say he was top 5 player.
Yeah.
But he ain't on KG and Anthony Edwards level.
He's
It's
just
not even close.
And you could even, I'd put Karl Anthony Towns ahead of Love. But anyway.
All you need is love.
Correct.
West Region.
The number 4 seed, Mavericks GM Nico Harrison on the Luka Doncic trade said, quote, I did know that Luka was important to the fan base. I didn't quite know it to what level. He went up against the number 13 seed Gilbert Arenas on Bronny. Quote, if they played him 36 minutes, he'd be averaging 12, 4, and 4. He'd be top 5 for Rookie of the Year. Nico Harrison, easy victory, 74 to 26% over Gilbert Arenas.
West Region.
Tana, I don't know how you... This is so good. You have to hear this. I know we're doing PST, but you have to hear this. Tana, I don't know how you do it every day. Making a show with a guy who wanted the who button for a 28-year-old player with 800 points in the NHL must be difficult. Common would be better off discussing nuclear fusion. Sorry.
In your defense, if there was a Mitch Marner equivalent in the NBA, I probably haven't heard of him. I probably haven't heard of him.
All right, very good. Thanks for defending me on that.
Yeah.
I just liked he said he doesn't know how you do it every
Or there's probably a Mitch Marner equivalent to Major League Baseball, but I don't know their name.
And you know what else? There are many, many other reasons to wonder how Tenneby does it every day. That would be that'd be low on the list. Anyway.
The number, did I hit the region? But I don't know. Yeah, I think I did.
Yeah,
the number 5 seed, Gino Parrish. He said, the goalpost, which is a 700-pound inanimate object, is not the ideal placement for anybody's face. He went up against the number 12 seed, Guy Haberman, who said PJ Fleck is, quote, such an aggressive coach. This was a close one, 53 to 47%. But Gino Parrish advances.
Gino.
West Region.
The number 6 seed. Oh my gosh, I don't think I put this to vote yesterday. We might have to re-vote this.
What?
It looks like I skipped it over.
How could you do that?
Yeah, because I'm human and I make mistakes. All right, so we're gonna skip over the Michael Rapino matchup. We'll put that one in with the ones today.
All right.
We'll have to go back to that one. The number 3 seed, Corey Alexander of ESPN. After Cooper Flagg suffered an ankle injury versus Georgia Tech, he said, quote, you can see, of course, tremendous concern on the faces of Ralph and Kelly Flagg, Cooper's parents, but I can tell you one thing. They're most concerned about the Blue Devils winning the game. Corey Alexander went up against number 14 seed Packers left tackle Rasheed Walker after a 2-0 start, said, quote, I think we can go undefeated, honestly. Pound for pound, I look at these teams, and I don't really see who is better than us. Corey Alexander advances 64 to 36% over Rasheed Walker.
Okay.
West Region.
Sorry, you know how you're distracted by Olympic hockey? I'm distracted by Team Peterson and Olympic
Oh, it looks like they got 3 last end, huh?
Yeah,
Because they were down 4-3. Now they're up 6-4.
That's right. And 8th end, by the way, so we're getting near the end.
Number 7 seed CJ Stroud said, quote, I feel like I'm getting old. I'm not as quick as I used to be.
He's 23.
23 years old when he said this. He went up against the number 10 seed Mitsas, who said, Dion is one of the most polarizing people that's ever been on this earth.
You know what else he said today for 2027? He'd rather watch the NFL Combine than the big games.
That sounds exactly like something Mitsas would say. Mitsas himself is a polarizing person. Unfortunately, he's no longer advancing in the preposterous statement tournament.
That's too bad.
Which I'm sad because I like playing that audio.
Yeah, it's as good as it gets when Max just basically says, ever on Earth or however.
Ever on Earth?
Yeah.
West Region.
The number 2 seed, Cam Newton, said, quote, being in the NFL, everyone knows there's a large sum of money that comes to you in a short span of time. And being away from the game for 3 years, those checks don't came in the same. Like, I got 8 kids. It hurts me knowing that I can't provide like I once did. It hurts thinking that I'm Superman, but in reality, I'm just a man. He went up against number 15 seed D'Angelo Russell, who on the Timberwolves said, quote, they need Cat, they need me. They need what they got rid of. Well, we're getting rid of D'Angelo Russell in PST. Cam Newton wins 62 to 38%. Are we ready for the matchups you can vote on right now?
Indeed.
At KFAN on X, which is KFAN 1003. Here we are in the first round of the
East Region.
The number 1 seed is Tim Brando. During the week that Charlie Kirk was assassinated, he said this.
Today and tonight, 64 Division I stadiums will bring in millions of people with one common denominator, to root for their team. In what has been a tumultuous week in our country, college football is here to save the day.
Tim Brando will go up against the number 17 seed, Alec Lewis.
Here's the thing. I said this on the podcast, but like, usually when a guy changes numbers to a single digit number, they look faster, they look more agile, they look quicker.
That's a pretty good 117 matchup right there.
And you can tell he believes it. He's almost giddy talking about it. It's so good.
East Region.
The number 8 seed is Kendrick Perkins.
I mean, but look, this is how I look at Cooper Flag. If LeBron James and Kevin Garnett had a baby, you get Cooper Flag. And why I say that is because
Kendrick will go up against the number 9 seed, Nick Nelson, who tweeted, if things click for the Twins, they'll have a very realistic shot at the number 1 seed in the AL. They and other Central contenders can once again bank wins against Chicago White Sox, and no team in the East or West looks like a powerhouse with Yankees besieged by injury. They didn't quite get to that number 1 seed last year.
Not quite.
East Region.
The number 4 seed is Shedeur Sanders. On his frustrating NFL draft experience, he compared it to going to jail.
You know what this feel like? What? Just people that just be in jail for something they ain't do, bro.
Shedeur will go up against the number 13 seed, Ryan Clark, who said, quote, I think I have the audio for it, actually. Here we go.
Out there, take off. Caleb Williams has to understand that going backwards never helps you move forward.
Good thing Caleb did not take that advice.
So good.
East Region.
A really good field this year.
Number 5 seed is Jim Harbaugh. On the Chargers' win over the Eagles, he said, quote, I'd put it in the discussion of the birth of my 7 children and my marriage. Harbaugh will go up against the number 12 seed, Carl Ravitch.
So think about it. We know how dominant they were in the non-conference season, the SEC. They were 185-23. Since January 4 into Tuesday, the SEC teams are 82-82. It's not as if one team or 2 teams or 3. They're 82-82. Like, there's been no ability to pull away. There's no dominant group of teams.
I still love that one.
Yeah, I do too. It's
East Region.
Number 6 seed is John Bonus, who said, quote, you're probably never happier at a job than when you're underpaid. Why do you think I show up just ecstatic every day?
Now, I know we'd never worry about context, but do you know what the context?
I don't know the context of it. I'd love to hear his opinion on that. Maybe if you're actually overpaid, I will say the one nice thing about being underpaid is I don't fear for losing my job that maybe others would. You know what I mean?
That's a very good point.
Right? If you're overpaid, you're you're the first one on the chopping block.
Yeah, you're right. That's why I worry every day.
Bonus will go up against the number 11 seed Isaiah Thomas, who here's what he said about LeBron warming up pregame without a shirt on.
Church kids, what they're doing in that
I just totally 100% object to this. And if I was the GM or coach,
Me too.
I would never let one of my players walk out on the floor looking like this. I mean, we are a professional NBA league. We ain't summer league.
Can I say that I actually kind of tend to agree with him?
Do you? LeBron shouldn't be without a shirt on?
I just think, it's like, wear a shirt.
I can see that point of view, but is he like being unprofessional?
I guess I didn't. Yeah. Well, I guess you could say it's no. Yeah. Okay. I wouldn't call it unprofessional. I just put a shirt on.
If you look like that, wouldn't you be having your shirt off all day too?
That doesn't impress me. There's a lot of there are hundreds of thousands of guys that are just as good a shape as LeBron is. They lift weights, they run, they're big muscle guys, and a lot of those people are just construction workers, and they don't take their shirts off during the construction season, do they? No, they don't. They keep them on, and they have one of those fluorescent vests they wear too.
East Region.
The number 3 seed is J.J. Redick. He was calling out the refs after a game.
What was your vantage point on the inbound that was a turn?
Well, let's just start with Luka got tripped. I mean, that was a blatant trip. He doesn't just fall on his own.
He's
we
never
watched it. He gets tripped.
He never does fall on his own.
J.J. will go up against the number 14 seed, John Creasel, who talked about his flight to the Virgin Islands not having seatback entertainment.
We're on the flight to the Virgin Islands tomorrow. We're going to, I don't know if we'll be able to finish, but we're going to be very close. Then we can do the movie. Because we're on a flight that does not have seat back entertainment or anything. Yeah. So we're going to be roughing it.
Yep.
Going to be roughing it on that trip to the Virgin Islands.
Is that hockey agreeing with them?
Yes.
Yeah. Roughing it.
East Region.
I consider roughing it staying at the Holiday Inn with the window open. Hey-o. Copyright Alex Cole.
East Region.
The number 7 seed, Eric Nordquist, said, quote, "Where is Chicago State?" Nordo is going to go up against the number 10 seed, Brett Blakemore.
Do we have audio for that?
Unfortunately, I don't. Back on November 25th, Blakemore said, quote, "The Bears won't win another game this year." That did not age well. Typical Packer fan.
Yeah.
All right, final matchup.
East Region.
The number 2 seed is Tim Hardaway, and he actually thinks Bol Bol is on the same level as Victor Wembanyama.
I got to ask you about the summer of 2023 because it's you and Shaq right now. You said that Bol Bol's better than Victor Wembanyama. We've seen a lot since then. Do you stand by that?
I tell you this. I think Bol Bol has the same abilities as Victor Wembanyama. I think that Bol Bol hasn't went out there and showed it for some reasons or whatever.
Hardaway will go up against the number 15 seed Parker Fox, discussing how he burns calories rapidly. He said he can burn, quote, 4,000 calories after a couple hours of golf. Now, me personally, I might agree with that. I haven't seen Parker play golf, but with how much I'm going from left rough to right left, I do burn a lot of calories.
He would have to be running to every ball at top speed. That's the only way you're going to be able to do it. He would have to run, no cart, just hit the ball and then run at top speed.
Do one of those speed round golfs?
Yeah, that's the only way I think he could possibly do that.
You can vote on those and the other matchup that I missed in the previous region right now on KFAN's X account at KFAN 1003.
So, Brian Oak will join us at 1:15 for Rock Talk. No Mark Rosen today, so we have plenty of time to fill the 2 o'clock hour. And I got a lot of lists for lazy radio, we'd like to call it. But I did see, the PGA Tours at Riviera this week. And I just love the golf course. I talked about it. Must have been with Blake. Did you ask it in 5-3? No, we didn't. We didn't do 5-3-4 yesterday. Blakemore asked me about Pebble Beach, the AT&T Pebble Beach. And it was 5-3-4, but it took up the entire 5-3-4 segment talking about golf. But now they're playing Riviera, which I love as well. And Tiger Woods, is he still like a spokesperson for? Because wasn't it after the Riviera tournament when he was driving the Genesis to some charity event and he rolled his car and he shattered his leg, and so I think he might be host of the tournament. So he was interviewed the other day on Monday, and talked about a number of things, including would he accept the Ryder Cup captaincy for 2027, and he also he hasn't. I think last year was the first year since he turned pro that he's not played in at least one tournament with all the injuries he's had. And, so many of those were, I just think, stress related, right? Swinging so hard that his back was bad, his knees were bad, everything. The car accident one, though, was the one that really, like, they had to completely rebuild his leg. It was like $6 million man. But he has not ruled out playing in the Masters. And, he still draws interest from people. I have to admit, and I'm not an idolizer and a pedestalizer. But when he does play, even at this advanced age, he's 50 now. He's eligible for the Seniors Tour, Legends Tour, Old Folks Tour, whatever you want to call it. And they're allowed, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm pretty sure I'm correct on this, they're allowed to take carts. That would be something he could. I think he's going to play senior golf. I think he will. Some guys don't. I remember like Norman never played. I think he tried it a couple of times. I think some of those legendary guys, like Nicholas, didn't play it for very long. I don't think. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think some of these guys just go, man, I've had enough traveling town to town, up and down the dial. I've played in the biggest events, and I've won majors and won so many tournaments. So I don't want to play against a watered-down field of a bunch of old guys. It's almost like it's not even worth your time or your effort, right? And the travel that goes with it. So a lot of guys don't. But I think Woods is one of those guys that he's still the competitive. I mean, some guys, Bernard Longer was playing senior. A lot of them do it. I'm not saying, that, but some of the really, really high achievers sometimes bail out on it, but I'd watch him play that. Now, I would like to see him in the Masters, though, because of his physical limitations. He has trouble walking 18 holes, and then that, and again, I know it's only 18 holes of golf, but it's a hilly course, and when you're walking on reconstructed legs and you got pins, I mean, your back has been, I think how many back surgeries has the guy had? I mean, half a dozen, I think. So and with the competition the way it is now, these guys are, I mean, they're so good, I just don't think, he's never missed the cut, I don't think, at Augusta. And would it be foolhardy to predict if he does play at Augusta that I don't think he'll make the cut?
It's hard to imagine. Yeah. I mean, how little golf he's played.
That's the other thing. He plays
where
so
he's
little
at
golf.
His stage in his career and his health. And
I mean, when he won, did he win in 2018 at Augusta? Was that the year he won his final jacket after not winning a major in 10 years? I mean, that was fun to watch. It was a great weekend of golf, and he just kind of separated himself. And what was interesting, it was like the other players that were in contention, they just kind of all fell by the wayside. They'd hit it in the water. 12 was the downfall for a lot of them. 11, 12, knocking it in the water, just having all sorts of trouble. But, yeah, I would like to see him play, but I just don't know how realistic it is. I mean, winning, I think, is out of the question. And, of course, you never want to doubt a guy, right? It would be cool if he did, but I doubt that. Let's, United States is, it looks like I know things can change, but they've got a nice lead in the curling. They're in the ninth end, they lead 7-4.
I think Great Britain's about to get a 2 spot in this end, so USA will probably be up 1 heading into the 10th, but then they should have the hammer, so they should still be in decent shape.
They're about to get 2 here, yes, say. We'll update you on the other side of the break. 5-3-4. Tenna, do you have a tease for us, please?
Yes, we had a big win for one local team last night.